Hello everybody, welcome back to Blockbuster Billy. Last time we were doing puzzles over here in more or less, but if I can return to map, I'm going to go check out some of the other areas for a bit, I think. Give my brain a bit of a break. What do we have over here? Give me 5. Alright, lots of 5s, but what maths are we working with? How the sausage gets made. 999 plus 999 equals 1998. 1 plus 1 equals 2. And then we have this over here. Now, if I make 2 equals 2, I will never get past that. What am I even trying to achieve on this level? I think I need to excavate this too. Is that ever a thing I could do? Because I can do this. Doesn't seem very helpful. I'm assuming I can do something like this and break this all up. And if I rescue one of the 9s out of the middle, I now have total freedom to do anything I want with all these other numbers. How about if I get rid of the equal signs, then the other equations can't ever resolve. So these are my equal signs now. Thanks. But it still begs the question, how am I resolving this situation? I can do 8 equals 8 and then push the whole thing to the right. Doesn't seem to help me. That helps me. For some reason I was like, it has to be a great big long number, but it doesn't. Okay. But then this is its own problem. Here's what I think I need to do. If I were to make a sentence that was a number here and then a phrase along this line, I could then pull the 2 out and get into the back. So, is there a mathematical equation I can make that is this long, that ends in a 2 and is correct, with only addition? Oh god, and I'm wondering, is this 8 going to be key to something else? Because I've used it here to clear a path, obviously. Is there going to be some trick where I need to do something else? Well, let's start looking at the numbers then, because that's all I can do here. So, what numbers do I have? We have a lot of 9s. I might just pool everything together. Because this feels more... It feels less of a video game at this point and more just a math problem. Which terrifies me. So here's what we have. Now, something that I'm assuming is that if we are making a long sum this way, that we will then need an equal sign to be like 9 equals 9 to give us a hook to push against. So one of these is reserved for being on the left. So at this point, it is just a number plus another number and perhaps another number still. Well, okay, what we can do is if I'm just gonna push it to the right, honestly. I need to know how long this equation needs to be. So, do we actually have enough pieces to do what I'm thinking of? And do we have any free pieces spare? because that will inform how I go about trying to make my equation. So, obviously, this 9 at the end will not be there, because that will be... Oh, no, it will be there, because the 2 is 1 further still. So, what I have here is this much stuff in front of the 2 from here. It'll be this much stuff in front of the 2. I'm just going to steal some 1s here for a demonstration. So what I need is going to be everything is going to be in use here. So every spare tile that I have needs to make an equation that is something plus something plus something equals something ending in 2, and I need to have x equals x on the left to hook the whole thing out. So undo all of that. Would it have been faster to just restart the puzzle? Nobody knows. Alright, that's not so bad. So now I need to do maths, which is like the hard part. And it's 3 numbers that add up to something that ends in 2 out of all of this. Now, I don't even know where to begin. Well, if I did 91 plus 91, that would be 182, which ends in a 2. I don't have an 8 available. How am I going to do this with just 9s? I'm going to reset because I do want to know, is there something I can do to get this 8 out of the way in a different manner? I don't think there is. I can't think of any way to move this 8 without using the 8. I just feel like that makes the math a lot harder. And short of me sitting down with like Excel or something here, or a calculator, it's not going to make for a very interesting video, which is my other fear. Because how can I make a bunch of 9s add up to 9? My brain can't begin to fathom what to do with this. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a second and just crunch these numbers a bit. I can't do it. If you want to let me know in the comments what this equation should be, I won't be mad, because I'm here for puzzles, not maths, and I think I've figured out the structure, what the structure needs to be. I just cannot do the mathematics of it, and I don't have time to sit and do that many permutations today. Is this going to be more straight maths? Seems less pure mathematics. I have a minus and I have an equals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And I have an equals and I have a minus. And I need to move at the very least 89 or 48. Well, let's move what I can move away, because those are going to be my starting tools. And we'll go from there. Well, the very first thing that I see I can do, and it may well be the case that I do a lot of stuff I don't need to before I get to a thing that is what I need. But to start, 1 equals 1. Ah, okay. Well, also, if it wants to be, 1 equals 1. And then we can break this with a 4. And now I have more tools. Always trying to keep away from the perimeter fence. What I would love is a 9, so I could do 9 equals 9. But right now don't have that. We can do... I can't do 4 equals 4. We can do the same thing on the left-hand side, I think. I get this out of the way and bring equals over. So that gives us more things we can manipulate, more room to work with. Need to get rid of one side of this first. Cool. Now I obviously know what I'm working towards here. I'm just wondering how many tools can I get before I then figure out what I'm actually working up to, you know? If I could make 2, 3, 4 equals 2, 3, 4, I could move a lot out of the way. We have 23. And we have 23. 432. 411. 441 minus 9 would be 432. That would be too long to fit in this section, I think, though. Can I make 23? Not really. 40. 44 minus 11 is 33. I only have 1 minus. 44 minus 11 is 33. $23 minus 11 equals 12. Can't do that. What can I do with any of this? 5 minus 4 equals 1. Now, I lose one of my 1s here if I do this. I lose it to the bottom. But I have a 5 now, so that's something. 54 minus 23 isn't going to do anything for me, I don't think. Now, my mental arithmetic is shockingly poor when I'm just staring at all these numbers, and I hate it. I want to be so much better at mental arithmetic in this moment than I feel that I am. It doesn't help that I'm not really picking a sum to do. I'm just looking at a wall of numbers. So I can't make a 9 equals 9. Can I ever do 4? If I could get a 3 and a 2, I could do 4 through 2 equals 4 through 2 and get a whole bunch of stuff off the bottom. Or I could do 2, 3, 5 minus 1 equals 2, 3, 4. Although that might be too long. 2, 3, 5 minus... Yeah, 2, 3, 5 minus 2, 3, 4 equals 1. I could do that if I had it. But what else can I do? Okay, we can do 9 minus 4 equals 5. I lose a 5 doing this, which is worrying, but at the same time, I now have a 9. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Also, this 2-3 pair here, well, I didn't have access to them in the first place, so shouldn't concern myself. I don't have a 3. $23 plus 14 is 41. I can do that. I don't have a plus. I can't do that. And I only have one minus, so I can't do negative numbers in solutions. 23 minus 4 equals 19. I will lose a 9. But I can get the 2 and the 3 away from the wall. And then if we add the 1 here, knock out the equals from there, we can use all of this stuff now. I would love to see a speed run of this game using just kind of all the most efficient maths and the most efficient movement strats and all of that stuff, you know? It would be fascinating to see. Okay, what can we do now? We have 2, 3, 4 equals 2, 3, 4. That's massive. Now, where do I want to put this? I guess I just do that and I can move everything freely. That's fine. Keep everything reasonably spaced out, just so that I can use all the operators I might need later. Fetch out a bunch of this. I should think about what I'm making next before I just start unambiguously separating everything, but here we are. I've lost my 9, so I can't do 9 equals 9. I may regret that in a minute. I've also lost my 5. The two things I might like most. Because there's only 1, 9, and 5. Other than the ones that are needed to break this. So if I can't do 9 equals 9, and I can't do x minus y equals 9 because it's too long, have I completely screwed myself out of this by locking out my 9 and 5 down there? Well, perhaps they're not locked out. I only have 1 equals sign. No, I could do a T shape. Okay, we might be able to save this. So what can we do that ends in 9? 20. I don't have a 7. I want something that like adds to 19 or something. 14 plus. I can't do plus, so it's got to be minus. (21 minus 2 equals 19). It's going to be a minute to move it all round, but it should work. I need a 1 and bring a 1 around. That needs to be the minus. Where's my equals? It's up there. That's fine. I can fetch that. 21 minus 2 equals 19. And then I can do 4 equals 4. I have recovered my 9. Glad I didn't restart this whole thing over trying to re-solve that whole thing in that way. Right, now am I going to lose another 1? I have a lot of 1s. And here we go again with the separating everything to make sure everything is as functional and movable as possible. Last thing I want to do is get my operators stuck in a wrong place. I have to go the long way around to break that up. That's fine. I just need to move the 8 now. So, is there an equation I can do? Not a 4-digit one, I don't think. Like 5, 6, 7, 8 minus a 3-digit number equals something else is too long for me to work with here. The other 8 is not available to me. I can make 432 equals 432. Try and fetch out the other 8. Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I've got to do it more carefully than I just did. Then break that. Move a bunch of stuff away to keep it out of my way. Okay, now what can I work with? That we have this broken out a bit. I can do 1 equals 1 to move the 1 out of the way. No, I can't. I can. I just have to do it vertically. God, I'm trying so hard. Like, if the level had endless width, it would be much easier to manipulate everything, but I understand you could make really long equations then and probably break it in other ways. So, 876. I have a 9. So, I can probably do... Oh no, I can't do something minus because I can't fit... No, I can, because the equals goes on the right. Okay, it's all getting very crowded. 786 plus 25 is 901. 35 is 911. Is that right? 24 gets you to 900. 34 gets you to 910. 35. I can't fit that many numbers in. Damn. That's not going to work, is it? Well, I can do this. This is probably much easier, actually. I get this equals 6 minus 2 equals 4. Now, things are getting very crowded on this right-hand side, and I hate it. So we're just going to move a bunch of this stuff up and out of the way a second. Then we can push that over. Seven minus 2 equals 5. Can't do it. 7 minus 4 equals 3. Alright, I think we're there. It took us a chunk of time, but provided I don't get stuck now, I can move this whole thing over enough. Eight equals 8. We got it. Well, that was a half hour, wasn't it? For now, thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying these episodes, do let me know down below. Otherwise, I'm just here saying numbers to myself for days on end. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.